Countdown to back to school is definitely on. Pathway Church is getting local kids ready for back to school, and they're giving away 1,000 backpacks stuffed with school supplies. So Pastor Travis Johnson is here to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
For sure. So tell me about how this is all going to work this weekend.
Well, you know, first of all, none of us asked to be in this season.
For sure.
None of us asked for this virus. So everybody's hustling and working, trying to make things happen. And, you know, finances, all of that stuff is a little tighter this year than it ever has been. And so for us to be able to come along and just say we love you to our community is something we love to do every year. We have 1,000 backpacks filled with school supplies, that sort of thing. And just a neat little note is all of our backpacks are actually paid for by a program we do at Christmas called Buy a Tree, Change a Life, for people all over the community buy Christmas trees, and then we give away 100% of that money to help kids here in our community as well, and is in some really challenging parts of the world.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, of course, this is a challenging time for all parents, so it's great that you guys can be able to provide this type of service. 1,000 kids are going to be equipped with what they need to go back to school. But of course, with the coronavirus, this may be changing the way you guys distribute. So talk to us about that and who all can get access to these backpacks.
So first of all, you know, a parent would bring their children. They would need to have their children in the vehicle with them, so we know how many backpacks we can give. We can't just give out any number to anyone because there will be a demand for it. But we'll run this similar to what we did with our truck to trunk, farmers to family grocery project we did over the last 6 weeks. There we gave 155,000 pounds of groceries to people in our community, some really wonderful families. Affecting people of all socioeconomic statuses, but our goal was to keep everybody safe, good, safe, sanitized, spacious experience. It's a touch-free experience. So, you know, let's say a mom or dad was bringing their family through, we would have all the cars queued up. They wouldn't have to get out of the car. They'd pop their trunk, we'd put it in there. We'd wave at them really good, tell them from a distance that we love them, and whether they're, you know, wherever it is they're going to school, we just want to give them a little boost as they go back and let them know that as a community, we're all together in this thing.
Yeah, and I was going to say that we've been doing this Committed to Your Faith segment, and I'm sure you've seen that. A lot of people loving the encouraging messages. As we head back to school, what is something that you would like to let our parents and teachers and staff and students know as they go into a new school year, even though we are in a pandemic?
Right. Well, I feel like Mobile did this really well. When we started out, we rallied around our healthcare workers, and we rallied around our front line, our first responders, and all of us. I mean, there's this sense that we're in this thing together, and sometimes we forget that we're in a pandemic. We have to kind of continue to remind ourselves about that. But at each step along the way, to be encouraged that we are going to get through this. This will be over at some point. And so the thing that I've tried to tell my church at Pathway is that we want to be in season. We don't want to be wishing we were, you know, in the past or get ahead of ourselves. We want to be appropriate for this moment. And so I would just say, you know, as we go back to school, to have those supplies, take care of one another, and then don't shrink back. I mean, our kids need to learn. Our kids need to be socialized. I do understand that, you know, our emotional state of our kids is very important. The socialization is very important. The academic training is really important. Pathway Church and the churches, really great churches and community groups all over the city, we're not going to be able to do everything, but all of us coming together, I think that we can, you know, give a little boost to one another, and we'll get through this. We'll get through this together.
For sure. I'm wishing you could see me smile through the mask, but I'm smiling. You can see my
I get
cheeks,
the wrinkles here. So, you know, I think as far as getting information on that, pathwaychurch.us will have all the information. We'll be distributing that at both of our campuses, Pathway Church Moffett campus, and then Pathway Church Airport campus, which is just west of Baker High School on Airport Boulevard. Our Moffett campus is just really close to Moffett and Schillinger. So we'd love to, you know, bless about 1,000 families there.
Awesome. Of course, we'll have all this on our website, foxntv.com, at the Studio 10 tab. So thank you so much, Pastor, for joining us.
Thank you for your hospitality, as usual.
All right, we're going to check out your weather with Jennifer Lambers now.